we go. Good morning. Welcome to your YFFR processing stress class. Processing stress means moving the stress hormones out of your connective tissue, changing your brain waves, and regulating after activation. In order to do this, you must have intentional movement, controlled breathing, and recovery. Without a tool to process stress, the stress hormones remain in your connective tissue. This can make you feel tight, tense, stiff. Dr. Kevin Gilmartin says that stress is a combination of high demand and low control. In order to regain control of a situation, start by noticing your breath. Change the pattern if you need to control your breath. Make this fit your needs. Then mentally reframe your situation by changing the perception of the stress. Remember, this is what we talked about, noticing whether something is a challenge or a threat. So this morning when you encounter resistance on your yoga mat, I want you to do the same thing. Identify this for what it is. Is it a challenge? Is it a threat? Regain control of your breath and your perception. Approach this challenge with specificity and effort. Recover using the techniques to process stress out of your body and your nervous system. The same steps can be applied to approaching stress off the mat for life and work challenges. So start by noticing what is not serving you mentally, physically, emotionally. Use movement and breath intentionally and simultaneously to process the stress hormone out of your body. Use cognitive declarations, silently or out loud, to change your perception of the moment and process stress. Today we're going to begin on our backs on our mat. We're going to be in the reclined position. Let's start with 3-part breath this morning. And as a reminder, this means inhaling through your nose, initiating your breath from the lowest part of your belly, extending your exhale longer than your inhale. Let's place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. As you inhale, feel your belly rise, and then your ribs, and then your chest. And then as you exhale, notice your chest deflate, and then your ribs, and then your belly. On your next inhale, I want you to lift your arms over your head like a morning stretch. On your exhale, lower your arms back down by your side. Let's do this 2 more times. Arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. On your next inhale, I want you to bend your knees towards your chest. On your exhale, lower your legs by twisting over to your left side. Don't go all the way to the floor, just hover. On your next inhale, use those core muscles, pull your legs back to the center. And on your exhale, this time lower your legs to the opposite side. We're going to repeat this pattern for 3 rounds. So inhale back to center. Exhale, lower to the side. Inhale back to center. Lower to the side. That's 1 round. 2 more. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower to your side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, opposite side. Last one. Inhale, back to center. Use those core muscles. Exhale, over to your side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to your side. Let's do 1 more where we inhale back to center, On this exhale, go all the way over to the side. Stay there. Take a breath. I want you to silently repeat the cognitive declaration, I release what I don't need. I release what I don't need. Remember, we are shifting our mental state to help process stress out of our body. Good. Now flip over to your belly. We're going to do some baby cobra lifts. On your inhale, you're going to lift your chest. Exhale, forward to the floor, forehead to the floor. This is like abdominal crunches for your back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now move into your all fours position on your hands and knees. Make sure that your hands are shoulder width apart. Your shoulders are directly over your wrists. Your knees are hip width apart. Hips directly over your knees. On your inhale, we're going to move into cow pose. If you remember, this is arching your back, allowing your belly to drop to the floor. Lift your chest and tailbone towards the ceiling. Gaze slightly upward. Lengthen your spine. Draw your shoulder blades down. Open your chest. Now on your exhale, we'll move into cat. You're going to round your spine towards the ceiling, pulling your belly towards your spine. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Release the crown of your head towards the floor. Push down through your hands and feet and create space between your shoulder blades. For the next 3 breaths, I want you to coordinate breath and movement, moving between cow and cat as we process stress out of our body. Be very intentional about your breathing. Stay in control of your breathing. So again, 3 more breaths. Move between cat and cow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly walk your hands forward, extending your arms out in front of you. We're going to move into half downward dog. Lower your forehead towards the mat. Keep your hips stacked over your knees. Press the tops of your feet into the ground. Engage your core. Actively press your palms into the mat. Keep your shoulders down and away from your ears. Regain control of your breath if you've lost it. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to move into downward facing dog. So inhale and press your palms into the floor. Lift your elbows off the mat. Straighten your arms. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and straight back. Lengthen your spine. Press your chest towards your thighs. Let's do a recovery breath here. If you remember, that is breathing in for 3, out for 5. Now I want you to step back to high plank on your next inhale. Exhale. Lower to your mat all the way or just above if you can. Remember to squeeze your elbows towards your rib cage on your way down. Inhale, let's move into upward facing dog. Straighten your arms, lift your chest, hips and thighs off the floor. Roll your toes over the tops of your feet. Feel them press against the mat. Now press up into downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. Push your hips back. Press into your hands and draw your chest towards your thighs. Inhale. Step your feet to your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive to mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, arms down by your side. We're going to move into 2 standard sun salutations. Remember that when you're in mountain pose, this is an active pose. Your arms should be activated, your hands should be activated. Splay those fingertips. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, outside 90, mini back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Swan dive, lead with your chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Put your hands on your thighs or your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to high plank. Exhale, lower to the floor or just above your mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do another couple of recovery breaths here. In for 3, out for 5. Inhale, step your feet to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, arms by your side. One more, a little quicker. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, outside 90, mini back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your feet to your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, arms up. Exhale, arms by your side. Good job. Let's do a recovery breath here. In for 3, out for 5. Notice your breath. Notice the position of your body. Notice your perception. We're going to move into horse pose. And to do this, you're going to step your feet a little wider than hips width apart. Turn the heels of your feet inward so that your toes are pointing 10 and 2. Keep your spine straight. So on our inhale, our arms are going to move up. And on our exhale, we're going to squat straight down. We're going to move into, our hands are going to move into our warrior pose, right? And that is your closed right fist into your open left palm. So we're going to do this 10 times. So we're going to inhale, arms up, standing up straight. Exhale, squat straight down, warrior grip. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, squat straight down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, squat straight down, keeping your spine straight. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, squat straight down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Got 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Straight down. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2. Inhale. Get those arms up. Exhale. Straight down. Strong legs. Be in control of your breath. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale. Squat down. All right, this time I want you to do inhale, arms up, and when you come straight down on your exhale, stay here for 3 breaths and repeat after me. I've got this. One more time. I've got this. And again, I've got this. Good job. Notice how that feels in your body to say that out loud. Notice your mindset shift. We're gonna move into fan pose. So stand straight up. Swivel your heels out now so your foot is completely parallel to the mat. You're gonna hinge forward from your hips. Now you can keep your hands on your hips as you hinge forward if this helps guide you. If not, just reach forward. You're gonna hinge forward, place your fingertips on the mat or use a block if you need to. Tip your sit bones back, feel your hamstrings stretch actively, feel your quadricep muscles engage. Inhale, ground through your feet, lift your chest. Does it feel good? Yeah. Okay. On your next inhale, when you ground through your feet, I want you to lift with your chest straight up, hands back to your hips if you need to. But let's just stay here for 2 breaths. How did that feel? Notice your body being activated. We move into our breath, controlling, processing stress. Great job. Great job. Moving into regulation. Yes. So now we're going to come to a seated position and we're going to do our cobbler's pose. Bend your knees, brings the sole of your feet together. Allow your knees to fall to your sides. Move your heels into you as close as possible. Place your hands on your ankles or your shins. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Sit tall, lengthen that spine, shoulders down, away from your ears. Focus on your breath. Allow your knees to fall further to the floor with each inhale and exhale. Silently repeat, I release what I don't need. Good. Stay in control of your breath at all times. I release what I don't need. You've made it to neurological reset. Neuro reset is all about recovery. Remember, recovery is the final piece to processing stress. Recovery improves resilience in our performance, and how resilient we are is in direct correlation with your ability to recover. Roll over and come to a resting place on your back. You can have your legs bent or straight, whatever feels comfortable. Place your hands or a yoga block, if you have it, on your belly. This will help the belly inflate and expand as you inhale and deflate as you exhale. Slight weight or pressure on the belly also gives the nervous system a sense of security. Now slowly and evenly inhale through your nose, inflate your belly. Feel your hands or your block rise as your belly inflates. Pause momentarily. As you exhale, the belly deflates and your hands or your block slowly lower. Once again, focus on your belly. Inhale, your belly rises, whether it's your hand or your block. Notice that. Exhale. Good. Do you feel it lower? Yes. This is your only job. The only thing you have to do right now. Inhale to inflate the belly. Exhale to deflate the belly. Continue this on your own and see if you can increase the length and the depth of the breath and the belly movement with each inhalation and exhalation. Let's do 7 breaths here. Good, exhale. Count on your own. Each person will have a different length of inhalation and exhalation. At the bottom of your next exhale, when every drop of air is out, silently say to yourself the number 20. Inhale completely. Exhale completely. At the bottom of every exhale, I want you to go down a number, right? So now we're on 19. And then you inhale completely. Exhale completely. 18. Count down on your own, again, trying to move as evenly and deeply as you can with your breath. See how slow you can go. Count down all the way to number 1. If your mind wanders and you lose your place, start over at 20. Wherever you are in the countdown, let the number go. Keep breathing into your belly. For the next 3 breaths, at the bottom of the exhale, instead of a number, silently say to yourself, my work is complete. For the next 3 breaths, at the bottom of the exhale, repeat to yourself, I am safe. For the final 3 breaths of this exercise, inhale slowly and deeply. Exhale slowly and completely, and this time repeat to yourself, recover. Keep in mind that cognitive declarations do not need to be consciously felt or consciously believed. If you repeat them while in a state of neurological reset, your subconscious mind will do the work for you. After your 3rd breath, let this practice go. Release your cognitive declaration. Inhale if you have a block on your belly. When you exhale, set it to the side. For the next 5 minutes, you'll remain still, allowing the benefits of this practice to sink in. We're going to allow it to sink into the tissues of your body, your subconscious mind. You have no other job to do right now beyond allowing yourself stillness, watching your mind and your thoughts without judgment. As you give your breath back to your nervous system, it may be so at ease that it is hard to detect. If your mind wanders, feel free to bring back belly breathing, counting down, your cognitive declaration of your choice, but you must remain in complete stillness. I will track the time. You don't need to worry about it. Just be. Complete stillness and breathing. Start to breathe a little deeper, maybe into a slight 3-part breath. As you come back into awareness of your body in space, move your fingers and toes, maybe your head from side to side. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms overhead. Roll to your right side, tucking your right arm under your head like a pillow. Remain here for a moment before transitioning to a seated position. And with minimal muscular effort and efficiency, come to a seated position with a tall spine. Inhale, lift your shoulders towards your ears, make tension, and exhale. Release the shoulders, sigh out of the mouth with a inhale. Shoulders to your ears. Exhale, let them fall straight down with a last time. Tight squeeze with your shoulders up by your ears. Exhale with your ha, letting them all the way down. Take everything that you learned with you on the mat today off the mat. Olivia says we can't control what happens on the outside, but we can control what happens on the inside. Thank you for joining me today.